Joining me to help unpack it all is former MLA for Chilliwack, Kent, Laurie Throness, and Kris Sims, BC Director of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. Laurie, before we went to break, we were discussing, well, in fact, there were 7 candidates really in this race, and then one was, I guess, denied the ability to run. Aaron Gunn, he was rejected as a candidate, and not by the membership, because that vote doesn't happen until February. So what happened, and how was that allowed to happen?
Well, he's a young center-right YouTube sensation. He has 50 million YouTube views, 100,000 followers on social media. And he wants to run on what he calls a common sense platform, but he was rejected by a 7-person committee of the party that gave us the reason the lack of reconciliation, diversity, and acceptance of all people in BC. They didn't give any other reason. That was it.
Well, and what does that actually really mean? That sounds like a lot of fluff words.
We don't know. I mean, as far as I can figure by his Twitter feed, he said that Canada is not a racist country, that we shouldn't lower the flag for months at a time, or don't burn down churches, tear down statues, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And maybe they view that as too politically charged to run as a candidate. We don't know.
So what happened to him? How is it possible? Like, did he paid his fee? He applied, the way all the other candidates applied. What is the mechanism?
There's a 7-person committee that decides these things, that vets candidates and allows them in. And they passed a phrase in the Constitution that says they can reject anyone that would be that would bring disrepute on the party. And so they feel that he would bring disrepute on the party. He's sort of a kind of a hot button divisive guy, they feel. Mm-hmm. And so they denied him the right to run.
Wow. Kris, what was the reaction on the ground and among members? Are they shocked or happy? What happened?
Well, just from a media perspective, give you an example, we were doing interviews on behalf of the CTF with Mr. Gunn because he's an independent journalist. He makes documentaries. Mm-hmm. And he was making a documentary, for example, about carbon taxes, gas taxes, why gas prices are so high. And so, of course, I spoke with him. Many of my colleagues spoke with him. And even while we were shooting the video in the Fraser Valley, 2 people, while driving past, honked on their pickup truck horns and waved and said, "Hey, Aaron, nice to see you." So that was really interesting. So he was that well known. From the CTF perspective, what we were seeing in his platform and separating personalities and those other issues, we really want to dig down on platform and issues. What we really liked hearing about was his plan to cancel the carbon tax, both of them here in British Columbia.
And you really suffer under the carbon tax in British Columbia. Like your gas prices are through the roof.
They're disgusting. So here in the Fraser Valley right now, gas prices are around $1.54 per liter for regular. When you get further into downtown Vancouver, they're well up over $1.60. And a huge portion of that are gas taxes. We have the highest gas taxes in North America. In fact, it's about 68 cents per liter in Metro Vancouver are taxes.
Wow.
The carbon taxes alone, I'll put it this way, the 2 carbon taxes that we have here in BC, the first one is 10 cents a liter. The second one is about 16 cents a liter. So you combine that's $20 extra every single time you're filling up your mom minivan.
Wow.
Just in the carbon taxes. And so that gets down to affordability. And that's where we were really happy to see that included in his platform. And so we're hoping no matter what happens, other candidates pick up on that and include those substantive issues in their platforms.
Now, Laurie, first of all, is there any chance that he could be readmitted into the race, or it's a done deal?
Well, I hear that he has a meeting on Saturday, and he's in Chilliwack, actually, and he's going to make some kind of an announcement. So that could be a jump to the Conservatives. Who knows? It could be a demand that they reverse their decision. Who knows what can happen in politics, right? But, as I go through the platform, I see lower taxes, smaller government, balance the budget, end vaccine passports, crime, protect free speech on campus, and end the ICBC monopoly. It's all socially conservative stuff. And it seems to me that that's the reason he's been rejected. And that about 25% of BC Liberal members throughout BC are socially conservative. And so that could really spark a backlash among members.
Well, I mean, some of those issues seem very obviously fiscally conservative issues. But if this is going to come down to, a certain, it sounds like elite group within the party wanting to eke out social conservative membership, well, that doesn't seem to end very well. You look across the board, the last couple federal conservative leaders, I know in my province of Ontario, the last couple conservative leaders have really reached where they became where they are because of the social conservative backing. So is there actually something to merit by excluding a certain percentage of the base of the membership? I don't think so. Go ahead. We're going to cut to commercial in just a few minutes.
Okay, there's the passionate desire among the BC Liberals to win in Vancouver because that's where they lost last year.
I see.
And so they're swinging to the left in order to try and win those Vancouver seats.